Hello, and we're live. We're here.
Hello.
I am audible. I hope I'm not too
Has
loud.
Sam muted me?
No, you're perfectly audible. I can see.
Yay.
Yeah, there we go. I suspect I might be a little louder than you, but I'm not sure. We'll see if chat confirms or not. How's our balance? We'll find out.
I feel balanced.
Good. You look it.
Thanks. Hello,
Moisturized,
everybody.
flourishing, in your lane.
Yeah.
Unbothered.
All of those things.
Reasonably well balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Lynn, hello, Sam, Lucy, and chat. Yes, indeed, he's here too. There we go.
Oh, yes, of course. Looking slightly sorry for himself. He's like, I don't get my attention. I want my attention.
There you go. You have so much attention. It's an excellent shirt. Thank you. I don't wear it very often because, firstly, me and black t-shirts don't get on for a variety of reasons.
It's a cat hair magnet.
This one, yeah, I like. It's It's kind of fitting that it's a cat hair magnet, but also it's a cat hair magnet. I am definitely peeking. I'm turning myself down a little bit. It's fitting that it's a cat hair magnet, but also it is very much a cat hair magnet. Also, I don't know, putting it on today, it feels a little bit smaller than it used to be. So, yeah,
Joys.
yeah. But yeah, I still like it. You got, yeah, I heard that too. I don't know what's going on.
Got bins in the
Oh,
in the
right.
background.
You
Sorry.
have like eye patch cat. You have smoking cat. There's one down here with a chain, gold chain. It's
Nice.
it's by Enjoy, the skate company, who I love. But you probably can't get it anymore because it is very old. Like me.
Mm-hmm. But hello, chat.
Hello.
Welcome in.
We've
Hope you're
discussed
all well.
we've discussed my shirt for the day now.
Yep.
Yep.
Mine is just boring and navy.
Yay.
There's nothing on mine.
Well, I did have a quick, when I was rummaging through my shirt drawer, have a quick think, like, do I have anything that's kind of in like that sort of dark blue, kind of stream branding colours blue? Because we've got
Well, we
like
just
announcements and stuff, and I was like, ooh, but
We need to make our own t-shirts.
yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chilliteratea outfit of the day. Yes, exactly. But also, still, horry to see. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, you've been jobless for 9 months, but
Yeah.
job offer, yay!
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's take the energy. Yeah, congratulations on the offer, and yeah, good luck. Hopefully it comes to something, or something comes to something, because yeah, frankly, that would be a credit to any team. You
Agreed.
seem like a responsible, like smart, level, well-rounded person. So yeah, good luck.
Yay! But yes, I
Yeah,
hope everybody is well and doing okay.
indeed.
And yeah, we have had various thunderstorms and things here
Yeah.
over the last couple of days. It's been very exciting. In fact,
I-
the sky's kind of pink out there.
Oh no, mine's just grey.
Yeah, mine's kind of a grey pink. It's very cloudy, but it's like
Yeah, I
like
guess.
that kind of storm colour.
And this isn't me trying to make a pun. I do see a bit of a gradient, in that it is from one side
Pale.
pale grey down to like dark grey over there, which you can't see, and I'm not going to turn the camera around and potentially dox myself.
Dox yourself,
But yeah, it's just sort of raining heavily, which I kind of like.
Nice. Well, it's very appropriate for
well,
our usual
It is.
rain.
Oh, I don't
sound.
have music on. That's what I don't have.
Music.
Let's
Do that. Also, hello, Ray Tracer. Welcome.
Hello.
in.
Yeah,
Good
you
times
talk to
into
chat.
you.
I'll
And
do this.
Emsley. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Sleep. That was a weird way of saying hello, welcome. Yes. There are no windows in your office. You haven't seen the sky in 6 hours. Ugh. Could be doing anything out there. Yeah. It could be raining fish.
We've
There
got
you go.
Stardew music on because
Hey,
Yeah.
nice. Looking forward to the thunderstorm this week. Nice. And then you have for 30 plus degrees over the weekend. No.
that's
Yuck.
a lot.
Full flood watch. Oh,
Yeah.
joys. Stardew is amazing. It is. It is
Agreed.
good stuff.
Hello. Oh, I have a very happy cat.
Good.
I
Does the happy cat want to tell us the news? Tell chat the news.
I guess we should probably start off with that.
So,
No, you're this
Go.
side. No, you go. You.
Oh, me go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm even gonna duck out of frame as best I can.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Come back. So we have bowed to peer pressure because it's what you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're all lovely, and so we decided to make all of you lovely people a Discord, for one thing. That's one bit of news. So we now have a Discord. Yay! So come join our delightful collection of people and peer pressure. Everybody wanted a Discord, so everybody got a Discord. Yeah, we've been thinking of doing a Discord for a while. It seems like a good idea. It's a place where people can come and talk about books and things. So come join our lovely community of people on Discord. We shall announce streams and things there as well, because obviously Twitter's kind of
ass
at the moment. Yep.
Yeah.
So for another sort of reliable place to get announcements of when we go live, you can go to the Discord, and we've got it all set up so it's an automated thing, and the bot goes live, and of course we've got some in-jokes there because we have to.
Yeah.
And also, Twitch kicked you out while you were joining. How dare it? Wow. Rude,
Wow.
Twitch. How dare. Also, another exciting thing. We also now have a website. So we, and I haven't turned our Discord notifications off.
Oh, have you got? Oh yeah. I mean.
Let's just mute the server for a second.
I'm not getting it because I've got OBS open, so I'm on stream mode. But yes, that's a very good point. I should just kill those notifications myself. So that
Didn't think of doing this.
there we go.
Lovely jubbly. How 1998 I know, right?
Roasted. Yep.
So, yes, we decided, because we've got quite a lot of links for different things, different sites, lots of different places on the internet, we thought it would be quite a good idea to like consolidate everything into one space. So if you go to the website, you can basically just get to all of the other places that we do stuff. We've got a Bandcamp page where you can look at our Bandcamp stuff, and then it links you to the actual Bandcamp page. We've got some of the videos that we've got on YouTube in our archive. You can also go and view them on YouTube. We've got what else? We've got Stream, which just links you back to Twitch. A little bit about us on our homepage and about Chilliteracy. And what else we got? Contact us page if you wish to email us and things. They all like our socials and things. What else? Oh, and the support us page if you are lovely people. I mean, you all are lovely people.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say, let's not draw that.
Yeah, only if you're lovely
Yeah.
people. Yeah, if any of you lovely people, was what I was trying to say, wish to support us in a way that helps us make more things. So yeah, you can go and check that out. So we have that, and I'm glad you like it. Thank you. It's I put lots of effort into it, and I hope it works. Quite frankly,
Yeah.
that's the main thing. If it works and if it looks vaguely slick, then that's the important thing.
Yeah.
So if something doesn't work, let us know. Basically, you should pin the Discord link. That's a good idea.
That's a good point. Yes. Who's doing it?
Pinned.
Okay. How long for? That's
Forever.
yeah.
We're proud of you. Oh,
I'm gonna make a timer as well so that it shows up in chat on the reg. Amos, hello, welcome.
good idea. Welcome in, Amorous.
Yeah. Also, we have these emotes for
And
those that
Barola.
may not have seen.
Oh yeah, we got some new emotes.
Yeah.
Sam made a lovely one, which I particularly like, which is like the moon and things. It's bedtime, and the other one is just an X-ray of a skull with books in it.
Yeah. Which was done by Lucy, and frankly, so was the website and a huge amount of the Discord. So like,
I mean,
I
it
want
wasn't.
the website certainly was.
The website was, but the Discord was kind of a joint
It's a
effort.
bit collaborative, but you know, I want to make sure that you get like due credit for, frankly, all the work that you have done and continue to do on here. Yeah.
I try.
Will you
Very
succeed?
hard.
Yeah.
But yes, so if any of you lovely people, this one's an absolute mood. Yes, glad. That was so the idea behind that emote was Sam's. and he gave me a sketch, and I just made it look slightly more like an X-ray. But yeah, so we now have 2 places that you can also go. Twitch is being rude and saying you're sending messages too quickly. No, you're not. You love the lurk emoji. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's basically the emote that I'm the least sure about. It was kind of a placeholder. I was like, I don't know if it works, but I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go find Discord, go chat on Discord, go do the usual things one does on Discord. Go look at the website and things. And another reason for doing the website is because I feel like it's slightly easier to share, especially with people who don't necessarily know a lot about Twitch and stuff. It's easier to share with people that, for example, any of you lovely people might think would be interested in our stuff. It's much easier to share a website link, especially like older people who aren't necessarily down with the kids on Twitch. So yeah, that was the thinking behind that as well. So that is 2 bits of news.
Mm-hmm.
There is another bit of news that I will let Sam talk about because it was Sam's idea.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm just trying to think which bit of news it is. If I say August.
Yes.
And you say yes. August.
Yes.
August.
Yes.
Cool.
Nailed it.
Great. Sorry, I just also setting up the website and Discord timers. If things spam, I need to do it with Mastodon one. I need to combine some of these into like one.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh yes, and so the animated emotes we haven't quite worked out on Discord yet, because I think we need Nitro for them. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. So the Sublime emote is just S at the moment.
I think, yeah, I'm not sure. I thought it was that you can use them if you have Nitro. Like I don't know the state server needs to be boosted or anything like that, but I'm confused. I'm an old man and I'm confused, and this is strange and weird to me. So, hey. But yes, we have built a communal space for you. Please use it responsibly, as we know that you will, because otherwise we wouldn't have done it, because we wouldn't trust people.
No.
You have earned our trust, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the other bit of news, although I don't remember the exact date. If you can talk for another second, I can look up the... Oh, and get that.
What? Oh!
We just got a Parola.
Parola, thank you very much. Very, very kind of you.
I need to go on Twitch.
Sam is looking at dates of things.
And check.
I feel like 14th is...
Probably. Can I...
Possibly the right one.
Twitch telling me, you're live. Thanks. I know. I am well aware that I'm being watched by people.
Whilst you click on things and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Oh, I will. Whilst you're finding that out.
Mm-hmm,
Show chat my new notebook. Look at my new notebook, chat. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. It's all like gold and got like plants and stuff on it, and it's all recycled. It's made out of cotton. It's cotton paper, which is interesting because it doesn't bleed. It's not like a lot of kind of recycled.
You tried
paper.
stabbing it and nothing.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of recycled paper notebooks and things where you put any kind of ink on it and just go bleh. It's nice and it doesn't bleed, and yeah, all made from recycled stuff, and all the pages, all the actual paper is made from basically byproducts of the clothing industry. All this cotton that usually people don't really know what to do with, and they use it for notebooks. So I got that the other day, and it's very pretty. Not that I need more notebooks, but also I need more notebooks. Cotton is also good for watercolor. Ah, interesting. Didn't know that. I will not do watercolor because I'm terrified of it. It is the scariest medium.
Because part of my realizing here... Sorry, yes, Karen.
No, it's fine. I'm just reading chat.
Okay. Part of my realization here, because we planned to have a planning meeting between me and Lucy about what we were doing for the thing that I'm about to say. I'm not trying to be deliberately vague.
Yes.
On Sunday, and we haven't actually planned it. And in that, I think we would have actually set dates for when we were doing this.
Yes.
But I guess we'll just discuss it now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we had a. Let me just look at my calendar. because I have a paper calendar because I am old.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the week of the 14th.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Saturday, August the 14th. Saturday the 14th of August.
Monday the 14th of August. This year.
Yes, but Saturday the 14th of
Oh,
August
oh, I
was,
see.
was,
Sorry.
was, the, was the date of our first stream on this channel. The first
Sorry.
thing we did it. No, that's okay.
I shouldn't interrupt.
No, it's fine. It's all right. And we thought that, hey, there's another one of those dates coming up. It'll be a Monday, as Lucy's just corrected, of course. But, there's still a 14th of August coming up. And we thought it would be nice to do some kind of anniversary week of streams.
Woo! We're committing ourselves to lots of streams. We'll be knackered by the end, and our voices may be gone, but we shall see.
It's going to be exhausting.
It's going to be great.
I'm already regretting it, but yeah, we will try our best to kind of celebrate that week. Either, as I say, we've not actually set which week it will be, whether it will be starting on the 14th or finishing on the 14th. And because the other thing,
14th will be in there somewhere.
Yes. Because the other thing that confused me is that our stream anniversary is in September, which is when we got affiliate.
Oh, affiliate.
Yeah, so that's what Twitch marks. It's like, hey, this is when you became affiliate. Well, yeah, but this is our first stream. Really, I should make an actual. I won't do it now. Make a reminder in my calendar that 14th of August is when we started. So. Poetry could be a good thing for that week. Yeah, so we've got some vague ideas ourselves for how we want to do it. Kind of alternating back and forth on different nights between Lucy and myself. I have a couple of things that I would like to read that are more contemporary, because I'm not planning to read the entire book or the entire thing. Just do some more modern stuff. No spoilers yet. And I think have you yet been thinking about what you want to do?
Nope.
Cool. Good. Well, we'll get that hammered out in planning.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good advert for Discord, because frankly, that's where details will be going up.
Yes. Yeah. And I imagine some poetry will happen at some point during that week.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably. We were thinking of doing a Monday normal Chilliteratea stream. Wednesday and Saturday are normal streams, whatever we're reading at the time, and then other days doing different things.
Yeah. I had considered perhaps revisiting some older stories, like some of the ones that we did in that first year or in the first few months, and frankly, polling chat to see if there was anything in particular that you would like. Putting up an actual poll. I don't know that we have enough people to really make that a worthwhile thing. It's just going to be 10 different people saying 10 different things. But yeah, if you have any stories that we did back then that you'd love to hear again, frankly, with the new audio setup and stuff, and maybe a different set of interruptions, who knows? Then yeah, we're happy to take suggestions and maybe try and slot some of those in that week as well. But yeah.
Marathon reading of Moby Dick. No. No. Just
no.
no.
It's not happening. Stop asking.
Okay, chat. You are not allowed to suggest things that will actually cause us some kind of physical pain.
Yeah.
Which, quite frankly, a marathon reading of any of those long books will do.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know this isn't an advert for YouTube, but frankly, it's a little bit of an advert for YouTube. If you want to remind yourself of some of the early stories, perhaps you're more recent to the channel and you missed some of those early ones, and you'd like to hear it done. Frankly, a little bit better now, I think. Then have a look, have a dig through. Also, it's very nice. We've actually gone past 100 subscribers on YouTube, which
yay!
Proud. I've been watching that slowly growing over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah.
Like you to read something, whether you both participate in reading, whether you switch and read. Yeah, we were thinking of doing something like that, possibly. That's an idea. Don't know what yet, but that is one of our ideas. That we have.
Or maybe even find a play or something with a two-person play. Yeah, we could try and get our heads down and look for that. Yeah.
And see what there is. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the broad strokes of the plans and the news and the stuff like that. So yeah.
play was also your thought. Yeah, could be quite fun. We shall do some digging.
Yeah.
And if anyone has any suggestions as well.
We now have a very easy and convenient place for you to put those, actually. So
indeed. Yes.
I haven't made a suggestion box channel or anything like that, but I guess just...
I feel like that could probably be in like stream footnotes and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
or even
on the Discord. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say actually the forum, which you may notice actually, something certainly from like Longest Johns and Dave communities as they exist so far. Something that I guess it's certainly more new to me, even though obviously we've had threads on Discord for a while. We have made specifically for the discussion of like books and book-related topics and those kinds of things, the library, which is a forum, where the encouragement is for more like slower-paced conversation, because Discord it feels a little bit still like an instant messenger where someone will say a thing and you can just sort of post like "ha" or "lol" or an emoji or something like that in response to it, and that's fine, but it tends to, again, it feels like just a big group chat. And forums to me are a little bit more of a like slower, more considered place where actually you can read a post by someone and then consider your own response and then like put that in response to it. And it feels silly to explain it this way, but that's it. Yeah, it does have a different feel, and I thought that might be a nice place to have. So if there is a book that you want to discuss and there isn't already a topic on that book, then feel free to make that topic and just say, hey, I'd like to talk about this book, here is why. There's obviously no obligation on anyone else to respond to it. Don't feel bad if no one does. That's just the way these things go. You've not seen that format in Discord before. They introduced it, I want to say last year sometime.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
But yeah, it's... it's something I'm more used to, not through Discord, but just in the older days of the internet. Everything was forums and message boards and stuff. But yeah, if people want like help and guidance on how to use that, just ask. You've got myself, Lucy, Andy Pants, and Dave are the current staff. And
we're the librarians; they're the assistant librarians.
Well, yes, that is true.
Because we've got to use our very book related titles we've got going on.
Yeah.
It's not like admin mods. No, it's librarians, assistant librarians.
I mean, tell you what, I can even get things started right now. Just do like a new post. It's like,
oh, he's off.
Yeah.
But yes, so we on the Discord we just got bog standard general channel. Games for discussing games. Crafty corner because so many of you are crafters and tend to like crafting along to our streams. So chat about that there. I don't know if any of you have seen any of the channel descriptions. They're just me sort of going so they're not exactly particularly informative.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they get the point across. And then musical musings because I like alliteration for music related stuff, and stream footnotes is just for it's basically like in the other Discords like stream of consciousness and the Johns and stuff. Just chat about stream related things that might not make any sense otherwise.
Stuff that's happened on is like the context for that there is it happened on stream. That's what we're talking about. Is probably that. But yeah, exactly. Lynn's got it. It's useful because it can keep each book discussion together and not lost back a few weeks of scrolling. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You just this is the thread. This is where we discuss Dracula or whatever, or I wish to discuss an author. And again, looking around the desk like Stephen King. Let's William Hope Hodgson. Let's make a thread on him and just discuss him and his work and stuff. And So yeah, give it a try. It is there for you to use and to discuss and see how it goes. And we're open to making changes, taking suggestions, and doing stuff as it needs to be shaped.
Yeah.
But welcome.
Yes. And should you know anyone who would enjoy being part of our little community, invite them over to our Discord or give them the link to the website or I don't know, anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah. that is the news. We don't have any more, do we?
This is the news.
This is the news with Lucy and Sam.
Now on to current affairs.
What are you reading at the moment? Hey.
Multiple
segue.
things actually.
Whoa.
In that I've broken my habit of trying to stay on one topic and just do that. So let's see. Well, on stream, we can start on stream and then go on to off stream. On stream, we just finished 3 Men in a Boat.
We did.
We finished it on Saturday.
It was so good.
It was very, very good. Again, if you missed any of the episodes, I just go back and listen to it. You can frankly take it out of context. It's completely fine.
I mean, most of it's kind of out of context.
Exactly.
Anyway. Tangent. What's going on? Who knows?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Jerome himself, as the narrator and protagonist, pretty much exists outside of context anyway. He's just going off talking about things. You missed the end, Lynn? Well, good news for you. It's all up on YouTube. You can go and listen to it there if that works for you. 3 idiots somehow not drowning. Yeah, just almost like...
Was it three men well out of a boat?
Yeah.
I think the quote was. It's like, yep.
Kind of successfully failing to drown themselves, I think, is sort of how I'd... Yeah, they... It was just very good. Very fun. Yeah.
And a dog.
And a dog, yes. To say nothing of the dog. Yeah, highly recommended. Go back and give it a listen. As I say, you do not need to have like caught every episode. You can just pick as you choose or pick as you go and choose the one you like. And so we'll almost certainly, barring some great catastrophe, come back for 3 Men on the Bummel. Probably sometime next summer, I would think, because summer seemed like a fitting time to read these.
It does feel like a good summer read, doesn't it? Yeah.
That was probably very loud. Sorry.
I also love the fact that the dog Montmorency is just described like a human.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, hang on, no, dog, not person, dog.
Yeah.
It's just so good. It's just catches you off guard occasionally. It's like, hang on a second.
Well, because that's what confused me when I started reading it just to myself. Because like literally the opening paragraphs, he's talking about Montmorency like he's just another person in the room, and I'm thinking,
I love it.
So you got George, William, Samuel Harris, as he put, who is Harris, myself, and Montmorency, and that's 4 people. So who's not going on this journey? Because it's 3 men on a boat, and then annoyingly for me, I actually read the back, where it mentions Montmorency who's a dog, and I was like, oh, you spoiled it for me, the blurb on the back. But yeah, and I also like that he just kind of happens to mention halfway through that actually he likes cats, but he's just kind of saddled with this dog anyway, who he kind of doesn't like, but sort of does, and he's just like, oh well, I have this dog, I guess. Okay. He's
took you a while to understand he's a dog. And yes, Montmorency is definitely not a dog name.
No,
Montmorency is just a person name.
Yeah.
It's like calling a dog like Clive or something.
Hey, Clive's a good dog name.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Clive.
I think it's Booth, one of like Yogg's cast. I think one of her cats is called like Keith or Keith. I'm not sure, but like again, Keith for a cat's name, it's good. So yeah.
I feel like like 1-syllable names are good for pets because especially like cats and dogs, because then you can attempt to call them back.
Yeah.
But trying to call Montmorency.
Yeah. No, like you just shorten that to Monty, and it loses all of the charm.
Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like Fenton.
Yeah. Jim. Jim is a good name for a cat.
Jim. Jim is just a good name.
Yeah. Thank you, Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
For that exquisite joke.
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah. Jim.
If you were called Jim.
Jim is your dad's name. It's a good name.
Nice.
Strong name.
Yes, indeed. Jimothy.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what I've been reading on stream. And next, I reckon I'm going to come back for some of the Hope Hodgson on Saturday.
Ooh, yes.
Some of the stuff that's gone up on Bandcamp, and I'll do a live reading of some of those. See how far we get. So if you've not listened on Bandcamp, you can hear what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I
guess the on-stream stuff.
Excuse me. Yeah, mainly on stream stuff. I haven't had a huge amount of time over the last couple of weeks to read stuff. Still going on with my Being a Human book.
Nice. Yep.
Being a human is a which is now on the Neolithic rather than the Paleolithic, which is very exciting. Is Joe being cute? Oh, so good. Such a good boy.
He's just sleeping.
He's just having a sleep. Has he actually been using the cold bed
Sometimes he'll sit on it and sleep on it a little bit, and then I'll make a sound and he'll remember that I'm here and sit on the end of the bed and he's like meow meow meow.
Give me fuss.
Yeah. But yes,
there is no fuss here.
No. Are you busy? Yes. Tough. I need attention now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's basically what I've been reading, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so. I've kind of lost track of what has actually happened since the last time we did this.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of things to think about and do.
Yeah, you had a fair bit on.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's becoming quite a busy month, which is both a good thing and it takes a lot of brain space up. So
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
What have I been doing? Oh, I had to do a stupid. One of the kids I teach got bored of his previous piece, which was a theme from Mario Smash Brothers. Mario Smash Brothers. What am I saying? Super Smash Brothers. And has requested something different from Rayman Legends. And I was like, cool, okay, what is it? I Have the Tiger. That's not from Rayman. Okay. It's a particularly Mexican version of I Have the Tiger.
Fair,
it's pretty good, to be fair. It is a good arrangement. And he requested that, so... And then my printer broke. So I've been, like, painstakingly writing that out on manuscript paper, which is fine. But the problem is with me, my manuscript paper writing, my music writing is very fast. Like I trained as to do like dictation from basically transcription from hearing things, and you get to a point where because the exercises that you're given are, I'm going to play you this Schubert string quartet once. You need to get as much of it down as possible. And you just sit there and trying to absorb everything at once and then frantically writing this music down. And it turns out you get quite fast at writing music, and it's nearly as fast as my handwriting. But unfortunately, it's slightly less legible than my handwriting. It is like every note head is just like a dash. So when you actually have to copy something out, especially for a kid, it's like, oh, I need to actually make this legible now. So it takes a lot longer to actually sit there and go, nope, that note head's too small. That's absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Musical, rhythm platforming levels in that one. Yeah, it's really cool. I didn't realise. So, yeah.
Huh.
It was very cool.
Nice. Shorthand
exams. Oh, God. I think my mum learnt shorthand.
Yeah, it's a thing your parents know, and I remember seeing it for like my mum and my nan would have this like page of scribbles, and I'd look at it like, oh no, that's shorthand. You could read that? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like court is it stenographers?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ones who sit there with a really weird, cool machine thing.
It's called a typewriter.
No, it's not a typewriter. it's a fancy kind of typewriter where you just press like certain buttons and it like fills in words for you and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a specific machine for writing incredibly quickly, getting caught.
Mobile phone.
No. Yeah, like getting caught. My brain's gone.
Documents.
Yeah, just documentation, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So it has only 6 keys. Does it actually? I know it has hardly any, but yeah.
Hey, Arian.
Hey,
Thank you for the
Arian.
resub.
It isn't. Good lord, 21 months.
That's
Blimey.
well. I mean, yeah, we literally just talking about celebrating our 2-year anniversary, so
Yeah.
we're doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Arian, come join us on Discord. We now have Discord.
We have a Discord. The link's at the top. Over there.
Yay.
Yeah. Up there somewhere.
Yes. Up there. Stenograph or stenotype. Okay, yeah.
Neat.
But yeah, I don't even know when or how I learnt about that.
Yeah.
Could have been from my dad.
Yeah, probably.
Feels like
That would be my suspicion.
Checks out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really cool, and it's like they have to go on. Obviously, you have to go on like special courses to learn it, and yeah, like you have to. I would have thought you just kind of have to work your brain in a completely different way from how you're used to doing it with typing. It must be quite difficult to kind of adjust from normal typing to stuff like that, I imagine. Are we booping? I see. It's just gonna snap at you, go, excuse me.
No, he is
Trying to
out
sleep.
cold.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, precious baby.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, how did we get on that topic?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out because we're on the subject
Yeah.
of what have you been reading, and then ended up. Chat. What have you done to us?
No idea.
No.
Fun fact: I never actually. Did you have like, at some point in your schooling, did you have, or maybe not even at school? It might not be in school.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever have like a program that was like, this is how you learn to touch type? Like a CD you put into the computer, and it was like, learn to touch type.
CDs. We definitely had CD technology back when I was in school. No, we
Alright,
had.
fine.
Yeah, we had like a bank of. And in one classroom, we literally had a Commodore 64 that I rarely ever got to use. And another one, we had like a bunch of RM Nimbus computers, which were like the academic sort of ColecoVision grade computer, which we did have. We had like, I think, touch typing lessons on. That is not where I learned to type. I remember like my teacher, who was one who I didn't get on with and didn't get on with me, would come along and insist you had to like hold your hands like you're holding, not obviously this is an awkward angle, but like you've got an egg in the palm of each hand and you put your fingers here. This is like the home row. This is where you put your hands. I was slow as hell. It was through video games that I learned proper typing, because games and like interacting with DOS, MS-DOS and stuff like that, that was how, if you wanted to do a thing fast, you had to type. And if you were playing games with keyboards and stuff, you had to know how the keyboard worked and where to put your hand and when to type. Yeah, go on.
Yes. Did this teach piano? Because that's exactly what piano teachers tell you to do.
No, he didn't.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like
he might have got it from a piano
having
teacher, but he didn't.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Having an egg under your hand is like the best like wrist position for piano. You want your hand to be kind of relaxed, but not like flat. You want it to be slightly kind of like you're sort of cradling an egg.
He did play the guitar, so he may have also had piano lessons at some point in the past.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not saying like he got that from guitar, but I'm thinking because he played guitar, there may have been some other musical history. He could have had that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I have never actually properly learned to touch type. Can't do it.
Yeah.
It's literally just from writing, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, you sort of get used to. Because amusingly, piano did not help me at all with that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, surely there's got to be some transferable skills here. Nope, none at all.
I would think there's got to be something in terms of like actual.
Sorry. Ray Tracer is maintaining eye contact with us while.
Oh wait, no, weird. Because like, well, that's the thing. I can't imagine it felt like there was much of a transferable skill there, but because obviously the keyboard is laid out differently for piano and for a computer keyboard. But I still feel like if you being able to do one will probably set you at a little bit more of an advantage for someone than for doing the other thing, just in terms of kind of training some of those pathways to be able to like put your fingers in the right place quickly. You know, if you've got, because it's a different layout, but you're still having to like put your fingers over like very small precise areas, which I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's all about typing with your thumbs. Oh yeah, that's true.
Wait, what?
On phones.
Oh yeah. No, I use swipe, and then I get really angry at swipe.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have a great time with swipe. I
Like,
don't get how you can use swipe. No.
it's
I've tried and
70%. It's very good and fine. Like on old phones with a physical keypad, I used to be so good. I could like walk down the street typing out full messages on that, like with just two thumbs, just tap 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 tap, or even one, without looking, and look down and have it pretty much, maybe one or two corrections, but pretty much good.
Yeah.
Since we moved to soft keyboards on smartphones and stuff, cannot do that at all. It's just impossible, which is why I use swipe.
I mean,
and just
you do have large hands, so that probably doesn't help either.
Yeah, but it's just I need a button. I need a button that is right, and I need it to be surrounded by buttons that are wrong, because that's how I know that I'm pressing the right one. Whereas on a phone, it's just one big button with many different zones, and it is literally it's like, when talking about the space program and stuff, and how you talk about Elon's Hellship to Mars and how it's all touchscreens on that. It's like, no, I don't want touchscreens on that. You want a physical button that is on or is off. You don't want touch soft, like, oh, the button's not working, it's not responding, the screen's dead, oh, it's cool, it's hanging. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we're going very fast at the moment.
Yeah, we were discussing that the other day.
We were, that's why I'm thinking of it.
About the expanse and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, Blackberries were I had a second-hand Blackberry from, I can't remember who gave it to me, but I had a second-hand Blackberry. I wrote an entire book on that. In the Notes app. BlackBerry's Notes app was the best thing. Yeah. It was just just entire document, and they had so much storage.
Yeah.
And just tiny little keyboard. It was great. It was very satisfying as well. Just little clicks.
Yeah. Extra set buttons on the left of Control Shift Caps. Oh, on your key. No, I'm not like phone keyboard. I'm assuming like new keyboard. Yeah. I think I know the kind of thing on my. I've got like a Logitech mechanical one, which I don't use because it's down at the studio, which has like a bunch of extra buttons on it, and that confuses the hell out of me when I do actually type on.
Also, Lady Mephistopheles, did I start piano early? I did not. I can't actually remember when I started piano lessons. I think I must have been at secondary school. I started playing piano a little bit when I was probably about like, I don't know.
And then you got more confident, started playing a bit louder. Ba-boom, tiss!
Ew. It was probably maybe like 8 or 9 or 10, maybe about the same time as I started playing trumpet. I'm not sure. I hated it. It was awful. Couldn't work it out. Gave up for a bit and then sort of started again in secondary school.
Yeah.
Also hated it. Was awful. But had to take piano when I went to the junior department of the Royal Academy of Music, which was like that Saturday. It was kind of like Saturday school for for like people who were aspiring to go to conservatoire kind of thing. I remember my first piano teacher there was an absolute dragon. She was very Russian.
Right, okay.
Just, my God, she just didn't understand how I couldn't. Piano terrified me. She just didn't understand how I couldn't get it, and I was like really tense. She just didn't get it.
Yeah.
She wasn't mean, but she was just very strict, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't. And I didn't have a huge amount of time to do piano practice because I had a heck of a lot of other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So she just didn't really get that. And then had to do. Year 4 is when they. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I had to do at music college. I had to do piano for like the first 2 years but not actual piano lessons. I had to do like score reading and stuff like that, which was hard. You would literally be presented with an orchestral score, complete with like half of the brass in a completely different key from the rest of the music because you all had to transpose and go, hey, right, play as much of that as you can, and like reduce it basically into something playable on the piano. So not only was it sight reading, transposing by sight, which I was fine with because I'm a brass player and you just have to do that anyway. But then sort of putting it in a format where your hands actually feel comfortable playing it, I couldn't do that. God
Yeah.
no. So yeah, that was rough. That
Yeah.
was really rough.
No.
And so as soon as I could stop doing that, I stopped doing that. And now I basically only play piano to play Tom Lehrer songs,
Fair.
which
No.
I would say is a perfectly decent and valid way of playing piano.
Yeah.
The song
More than
called
I can
Piano
do.
de Piano.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
had-
see, Sam, you are a crime against piano because you have like the perfect pianist's hands. It's sickening.
I mean, I'm still open to learning. I have no
I
idea.
know.
I have no idea how to learn. It's basically
I
it.
know.
It's like,
I do keep promising you that I will help.
yeah, it's
And
like,
then-
cause
Not really knowing where to start.
goodbye, Joe. My musical education, like in school, was recorder, and it was like, yeah,
Hey.
you do recorder. Everyone does recorder, and then
Recorder is great.
Yeah.
Before anybody insults recorder, professional recorder players are insane. They're amazing. Recorder sounds great when it's played properly.
But like school grade recorders, like da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da, and it's just another lesson. It's just more homework, and you don't really understand why you're doing it, other than to just do it. And I have piano lessons as well, because everyone else in my family had piano lessons, and my teacher was very good. But again, like I just wasn't interested in it because it was just more homework. It was you've done your maths, you've done your science, now do your piano, and you just sit down and do it. And I hated playing, like practicing in front of people. Our piano was like an upright,
that's always the worst.
like an old upright piano, in the kitchen. So you do your piano practice, and there's your mum just standing there listening to you, and it's like, oh, I hated that. I get so self-conscious, and so I tried to get out of it as soon as I possibly could and do as little as possible. Now, as an adult, I wish I knew those things, because now I understand the value in that. It's like, oh, if I had those skills, I could write my own music. That was never like, I remember one time I had an exercise to write some music and then play it, and all I did was just put some notes on a stave. I didn't consider it at all, and it's right, now play it. What do you want to call this piece? I don't know. It kind of sounds like the sea. Do you want to call it that? Like, sure, okay. And that was like the extent of writing music for me as a kid, because I had no idea why I would bother to do that, what the purpose was. And yeah, now it's like, oh, I don't know if it just wasn't made clear or if I just didn't care to understand at the time, but now I have some regrets. But yeah.
I don't know, I feel like it probably wasn't made clear.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad music teaching that happens, and I think especially with things like music theory, that it is a lot of people, I think it is changing for the better, but a lot of people do sort of teach in a very old-fashioned way of one size fits all.
Yeah.
So this is how I think musically. This is how my brain works musically. This is how my music theory knowledge works. I'm going to make you try and think this way, and it just doesn't work for people. Like, for example, if someone has only done anything musical on, like, guitar, ukulele, stuff like that, if you teach them about, like, note pitches and reference it back to frets on a guitar, that's going to make a heck of a lot more sense to them than if, for example, someone's only ever played piano and never picked up a guitar in their life.
Yeah.
And you then give them a piano keyboard to look at and then explain things that way. Like, it's...
Yeah.
You absolutely have to tailor it to the person. And also, because the thing I really hated about learning music theory when I was younger was everybody always said, oh, it's just mathematical. I do not have a mathematical brain in my
Make it harder for
body
me. Why don't you?
Like, yeah, exactly. It's just like, I hate maths. I hate numbers. Numbers suck. But I'm a professional musician. It's like, maths has nothing to do with this. It's logic. It's, yeah. I mean, maths obviously does have something to do with music and science and blah, blah, blah. But if you teach someone that the way they're going to understand this is through a method that they don't like or understand and they can't get their brain around anyway, that's just going to make them go, nah, don't want to do it. Just completely shut them down.
Yeah.
And I think that, that happens a lot with things like music theory. And also with piano as well, because a lot of like things like piano lessons, you get a piece of music put down in front of you, you get like the fingerings written on, and you basically, you don't really learn how to play piano, you learn how to play this piece.
Yeah.
You learn where your fingers are, and then you end up looking at your hands the entire time, which is fine, but it means that you've just memorized basically where your fingers go. You don't really know anything about how chords work, for example, on the piano. If someone then said to you, play a C major chord, you'd just be like, what?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of that kind of teaching that I think, especially for kids, there's the kind of teaching I had piano wise, and I guess probably similar to you, just didn't understand theory in relation to like a piano keyboard at all. So I was just like, okay, I just play these notes, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's even from someone who actually knew stuff about music, because I played the trumpet and knew a fairly, had been educated to a certain degree by that point in music. So it's just, piano is a very difficult instrument to both learn and teach.
Yeah. I think
it's called IDM. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I just riffing off Amos's. Yeah, I don't like Tool either. Nice. Which that got a laugh.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't know. Now we're just fully onto the subject of learning music. It may even be that as a kid I didn't really have that. I wasn't uninterested in music. Obviously, it's Gabe Gundaker sketch of a guy who likes music. Is this music?
Is this music? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
That's me as a kid. I was just, I don't know. I didn't have tastes and preferences. I liked what my parents were playing, or I liked what was in the pop charts maybe, but I didn't know why. I didn't really care for it. I didn't have any desire to make my own at that time. And it was only when I got to I guess, because again I remember my parents getting me a classical guitar for one birthday. It's here is your main present. It's a classical guitar. Oh, I've never expressed a desire to learn a guitar, but you have one now. Would you like to learn? I don't know how to play this. Well, here is a book. But the guitar's not going to be in tune, and I'm not going to know how to tune it, and all these problems that come up. So, yeah, I bounced off that so many times until I hit a point when would have been 13, 14 or whatever, and suddenly there are bands that I like, and things that I'm interested in and things that I'm not, and it's oh, wait, I could actually learn some chords, you say, and learn to actually play the song, and I'd try it, and I'd fail, and I'd give up immediately because it sounded awful. And eventually I remember one time actually, it was just this magazine that I had that was Learn to Play the Guitar magazine, with a CD which I didn't listen to, and just some chords tab on the back, and I played it and it didn't sound bad, and I was oh, this first chord actually sounds correct. And then I tried another one, painstakingly placing my fingers in the right position on the fretboards, and that also sounded correct. I was oh, can I play the guitar? And literally from there I was okay, and I've stopped. I can just about play a couple of chords now. I'm not going to, but from there at least, that was actually where I took interest in it, because I had a task that I wanted to accomplish myself. I'd set this goal myself. Oh, I'm interested in this. I want to do this, and I can see a way to achieve this. And suddenly, that suddenly set me on the path to, oh, I want to do this. And I feel possibly a lot of that gets missed out when you're taught things in school.
Absolutely.
Because it's on a different but I guess related subject of academia. Because we were lurking in Majestic Salad's art stream the other day, and I think while you were away, Salad and I were chatting about languages, and how my language that I learned in school was GCSE grade French, and again a lot of that is you do it because it's a subject and you have to do a subject, so you're not necessarily there unless you're someone who really wants to learn French. You're just kind of there because you have to do a subject, and I guess I can speak a bit of French, sure, I'll do that, or it's the better one of the ones that are offered for me, so I'm going to do it. But it's still very rote. It's still like je vais, tu vas, il va, elle va. And you just sort of go through all the. We're going to do verbs, and you just go through it and you just learn it from tables, and it's all very just like, bam, here, memorize this, recite this, you're good to go. And
you're not actually learning how to speak French.
And then you have to then it's like, okay, now I'll put this into a sentence. You know all the rules. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not able to sit and concentrate and pull all these rules and piece these sentences together. And I've not learned to speak with this. I have learned to speak this, and it's like, and that's sort of the same thing I feel gets applied to music, where it's like, right, learn some scales, and okay, well, I've learned that scale, and you learn the next scale. Like, okay, well done, you learned scales. Okay, why though? Why do I care about this? And you have to find a way to make the students care and want to learn. And what do you want to get out of this?
Scales are one that I will vehemently oppose. I think scales, everybody, like at music college you had your technical exam at the end of the year, which was all scales and transpositions and all, like it was like sort of graded exams on steroids. It was horrendous. I hated it because I know all my scales. I can rattle off any scale, but put someone under pressure in that kind of situation, just straight out of their brain. And you always had you must learn your scales because there will be a point in a piece where there will be one of these scales, and then if you know your scales, you'll know this bit. That has literally never worked, because if, for example, I am learning a particularly difficult piece where there is an A major scale, for example, I just play what's on the page. I don't think, oh, this is an A major scale.
Sitting there, like, oh, that's very nice. That is just observing as you're playing. Oh, yeah, that is an A major. That's delightful. Anyone with the rest of the piece.
Yeah, it's like at that point when you are playing a piece, you don't think about the scales and stuff because you have learnt them. You just kind of bypass that, and that's not important. And you literally just have you and the instrument, and you know how to play the instrument, so you literally just play the notes that you know are in the instrument and on the page. Like, scales don't actually particularly help. They only help if you actually understand why, like the construction of scales and things like that. Because then if you're breaking down a particularly difficult piece, for example, you can sit there and you go, oh, okay, this is a diminished seventh or something. That doesn't necessarily make the playing of it any easier, but that makes it easier in my brain, because I can then pick, especially for like instruments that you don't have, like, note is there, I press note, I see note. If it's all in the instrument, in like if it's basically wind brass or singing, if you have to pitch the note yourself, it just makes it just click a lot better in your head.
Like playing scale, like I guess on any instrument, but like thinking specifically of like piano, playing scales on a piano, I can see there is a utility there for the brand new player, because it is a very simple way to just essentially learn the mechanics of playing, just to get used, and essentially to learn and practice what key, what press makes what note. You know, it's like this is C, D, E, and you just kind of do that, and you're not sitting there thinking necessarily C, D, E, F, G, A, B, but you're just kind of learning that, oh, this note makes this sound, and you drill that over and over again, and it's just a very simple, repetitive task that you can just sit there and do, but it's boring as hell, and it's not. You need to again have reasons why you do this, and it's like, okay, we're just going to drill this, and you're going to do this, and you just kind of. So you're just refining that mechanical act of press button, get note, but there needs to be a lot more to it there. It needs to build towards something like you are learning to play a piece that you want, or learning, as you say, learning how scales work and why scales work and why different ones sound different ways, so that you can then start applying that to your own stuff, or understanding why things sound the way they do. And
that's the thing, is like and like Andy Pat's saying, if you need exercises to get your fingers in shape, because that's another reason especially for piano,
Yeah.
why people teach scales is so you can get the da da da, and you tuck your thumb under, and then
Yeah.
da, and then you tuck the thumb. Like it's to get that kind of fluency with your hands,
Yeah.
which I can understand. But again, yeah, there are a lot more exercises. I'm much more of a fan of things like in the key of this, because then, especially with piano, you can look at a piano, and if, for example, someone gives you an exercise in the key of C, you know the keys that you can use
Yeah.
that will be in the key, and there's just all the white keys. If you're doing something in the key of F, then you know that there is one black key you need to use,
Yeah.
and just the same each octave. All the other keys off. Just no, bad, don't touch.
Yeah.
And it just makes life a lot easier, because it's like, okay, this is my palette, this is what I've got to work with. That's this key. And then you get a sense of what the key sounds like, and what the notes in the key sound like, and what it looks like. And I feel like that's much more of a comprehensive thing than learning all those scales and then being given this massive keyboard and go, I don't know what to do with this. I just know how to play these.
Yeah.
What's down there? What's up here? And suddenly you just don't have any understanding of the instrument that you've been given. It's just, yeah, it's the same thing as like the thing I really, really dislike about how classical music is taught is you're never told how to improvise.
Yeah.
Improvisation is so important. I mean, Mozart improvised, for goodness sake. All the cadenzas in concertos in his era were all improvised.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a way of showing off, basically. But there's this ne'er the twain shall meet between jazz and classical, therefore we do not improvise. And I think there's been a bit more of a especially like ensembles who play on like period instruments and stuff, there's a bit more of an understanding there that you do occasionally improvise. But yeah, there's just this, it's just such a sterile way of teaching for a lot of instruments. And again, languages is another one.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no chance to have fun.
Yeah.
With the tools that you've been given. There's no chance to question any of it, really. It's just like, yeah, just have fun. If you do something incredibly wrong, then you need to understand why that is incorrect. You need to understand how you can fix in, obviously not necessarily fix isn't necessarily the right word, but in terms of like the very strict rules, this is how you've strayed from them, and this is how you go back to them. Like this is how these things are constructed, and this is basically these are your parameters. Have fun within that.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, you had an opportunity to take jazz piano. Yeah, jazz piano is good. Like, yeah, it again, I feel like gives you a much more comprehensive idea of just harmony, which turns out is kind of important in music. And yeah, languages are taught badly.
Yeah.
So I think someone told me the other day that, I can't remember, but how like a lot of schools now, there's been like a push back to really understanding grammar, like with grammar rules that like
that feels very Tory.
Yeah, but grammar rules that we don't understand as people who speak English fluently, because they don't matter.
Yeah.
It's like that, like writers don't necessarily understand, even though they've written countless books. It's like, why are we teaching our children this? And it does seem like it's like a pushback to, again, how we teach other languages, which is this very dry, completely irrelevant to real life way of learning them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, what? Why?
Because that was always my fear when, like, 'cause, say I did French GCSE, one of my 2 A's that I managed to get, and so I wasn't amazing at it, but I was competent at GCSE grade French, so I could name things in a room. I could say what my mother was doing. I could tell you what the hotel was like where I went on holiday last year. Never went to a hotel on holiday. That grade of French and that kind of style. But I was always distinctly aware that, like, learning the proper, correct, rigid, defined grammatical pronunciation for a sentence, for like how okay, this word is pronounced this way and the sentence is constructed this way, and you will always no, you are saying that word wrong because you are not enunciating all the correct parts of it. And I'm thinking, we have regional accents here in the UK. Like, if you travel 30 miles in any direction, they've got different words for bread roll.
Yeah.
How does this apply to the French that I'm learning? If I were to go to France and actually try to speak this, I'm going to sound like someone who did GCSE level French in England, not someone who is actually speaking French.
Yeah.
There is a big difference, and I was always painfully aware of that. And that always, like, the one time, well, I went to France twice and barely spoke a word of French, and like kind of the, I guess the 1/2 opportunities I had to actually attempt to speak conversational French with actual French people, I was so paranoid that what I was going to say was just going to put a big old "this guy's a tourist" sign above my head that I didn't want to speak it, and just accepted, like, no, I'm just going to speak English at you very slowly and apologise. And if you speak a bit of French, I might understand it. If you say "la" for there or something, or "un mélange," I'm like, yeah, I get that. But, it's just... It didn't feel like a useful language that I had been taught. It didn't feel like something I could actually go and use to converse en français.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with Kat. Like, it can be useful learning grammar and stuff, but
Yeah.
to the extent of learning cases that the vast majority of people in any language haven't heard of, that feels a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah. Sounded like a non-native speaker makes it nicer. Okay, fair enough.
I was like, oh, you tried.
Bless.
Yes.
Le petit roast beef.
Yes. But yeah, there does need to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
More. Well, because the thing is as well, a lot of kind of Booker Prize winning novels and things mess around with language and mess around with grammar massively. And that's not necessarily always from someone who knows what they're doing, in the sense of, I shall change this case to be this because I know that this will mean this. And that's, as we discussed last time with like poetry and stuff, it might just mean that they feel like this is the way they need to get this point across, or this is how this character speaks, or whatever. Like, this is just the vibe. It's not as thought out as, I must change this so this is this and that. It's just, we just need to be a lot more playful with language and music and literature and all of that.
Which has reminded me that I learned a new word the other day, and I'm trying. Well, I say learned. I've got to look it up because I forgot what it was. It's one that I thought it was a typo. And it's from this kind of sort of ham-handedly segueing back to what are you reading. One of the things I am reading is a collection of sci-fi short stories from around the world. Which I told you about the other day. That it's but it's on the Kindle app on my phone, so it's a real nightmare to try and browse. But the best of world sci-fi, like volume 2, and there was a word. It was like, it was like chill, but it was like chilf or something. It had like an extra I cannot remember what it was. I need to go through my search history to try and find it, or try and find it in this book. It was something like that, and it was like, oh, that looks like a typo, but I'm just going to Google it to make sure. And it is a word in the English language that I had just never encountered before, that sort of means something along the same lines as chill. And I want you feel free to talk for a bit while I try and look this up, because it's going to bother me.
One of my favourite words in the English language that needs to be used more is refulgent.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Refulgent, which I think means like sparkling or something. Now I'm going to have to look that up.
Oh no.
I encountered it in Dickens. Shining very brightly. Yeah. It's just such a good word, refulgent. So good. I still like the fact that, and I think I've probably mentioned this many times on stream, gruntled is only a word because of P.G. Wodehouse.
Yes. I found the word. I was close, but also completely wrong. It's coolth.
Coolth.
Coolth. Coolth. I had never encountered that word before. And
I wonder if that's where cool comes from.
I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I encountered it in the short story The 10% Thief by an author from India, Lavanya Lakshminarayan. I'm gonna have a go at with that name, and yeah.
Oh no, it literally means either. It means what cool means, both senses. Either cool as in fashionable or cool as in not warm.
Yeah.
I bet that we've shortened coolth to cool.
I had never
cool.
encountered that before.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Cool.
I don't know the history of it, the etymology of it, but
yeah, the word was coolth, Andy, as Arian has put there.
Yeah.
Means what cool does, either that's really cool or not warm.
Yeah. Yes, Google does say the Dutch word. For some reason, automatically suggesting translate to Dutch. Like koelte, Koelte.
It's going to be pronounced completely different.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm well aware. There's going to be some in there.
Yeah. I was going to say Dutch. We love you, but it doesn't make you like the way your language is spelled.
Koelte.
It's just like because my brain goes like Koelte because German.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be how that's pronounced. I'm pretty sure.
Let's consult Dr. Van Helsing.
Yes. Dutch is such a cool language in that it short circuits your brain as an English speaker. Because especially someone who's like who knows a bit of German.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds like the two things have gone thimp, but there's no. It's just like your brain just gets completely fried because you're like, I can understand this, but also I can't.
Yeah.
It's like my brain is desperately trying to latch onto things and go, oh, it means this, and just there is a barrier there.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It sounds very close to the ool and cool. So like cool. Yeah, maybe Sam was right then. Coolte.
Coolte. Probably over-pronouncing things, I feel. Oh, that'd be my guess. But yeah, no, I'd say I'm pleased to encounter a new word in my own language from someone who's writing in another one. Because I think a lot of these were translated, which
okay.
But I just saw it on a. I think the foreword is by Adam Roberts, another modern author of science fiction and other stuff who I enjoy. Which I think is how I heard about it, and so it was like £2 on Amazon. I'll have that. It's been a long time since I've just sat and read like a bunch of sci-fi short stories for the love of reading sci-fi short stories, and that's what I used to do a lot, and how I found so many authors back then that I enjoyed. And so I'm going to do that again. So
good stuff.
That's one of the things I've been reading. I also picked up the Abyss trilogy, which is are
you going to tell chat about the temptation that you had?
Oh,
Well,
not really a temptation. As you may become
the fond ambition.
Yeah, the desire. So as you may have become aware of over the last few weeks, where I can't stop talking about him. William Hope Hodgson sort of becoming something of a favourite author of mine in a very short space of time. He's got like there's some very nice collections of his books. I think I can hear Joey at the door. One second.
Yeah. Also, I think I have a book by Susie Dent. I can't really remember what it's called.
Oh, nice.
But it's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
I'm back. But I've been looking because he's got a trilogy, which I think one of the names for it is the Trilogy of the Abyss or the Abyss Trilogy.
Dramatic.
Indeed, and it's like three sort of full-length nautical-based horror novels, all sort of bundled together. And there's some very nice collections of these, and some of his other works. And I happened to find what looks to be like quite a limited run, hard to find collection of those and other works. It's like a whole series. I think they did like 5 or 6 books. Some of which they're only like, you can only get like the ebook version for, you know, 10 quid or whatever, and then there's other editions like edition 2, edition 3 or whatever that are going for like 500-600 quid for a copy. They look exceptional.
They look so pretty.
Not 600 quid's worth pretty though, because oh, good grief. But yes, that's kind of why I ended up with those, because this is like 99p for a collected trilogy. Although I looked, because when I found these the first time on Gutenberg, I remember being like, oh yeah, look, this one starts with a song, and that wasn't the first book in the trilogy, but the first one starts with like a little poem, and this ebook version that I picked up doesn't have that poem, and I'm annoyed that someone's gone and edited that out. I don't know why.
That's a shame.
Unless it's like, I don't know. Because some of his stuff has been published more recently, and so isn't actually in the public domain.
Yeah.
But
was it one of his poems, or?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I sadly didn't go and spend an obscene amount of money on a book.
Why ever not?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Maybe because food's nice sometimes. And there's been vet bills lately and stuff. But yeah. That's those are things. I'm still working through This Is How You Lose the Time War as well. I need to get back to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Could even do a bit of that in August. Who knows?
Yeah. We need to think up a name for that week as well.
Week of streams.
Bookfest. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a very boring name.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something punny, I'm sure.
Oh, or just weird.
Yeah.
Can
reading a bit of Good Omens a while ago, and you were very offended that it used American spelling. I know. Boo! Rubbish.
Wouldn't buy phone.
I feel like there must have been some kind of fight over that between Pratchett and Gaiman. It's like, whose spellings are we going to use? But I still need to lend you Good Omens. Actually, you need to read it.
Good Omens.
Good Omens.
But we're watching it, so.
I mean, to be fair, it is a very.
That's why we're watching it. It's because it's a very good adaptation.
It's a very faithful adaptation. But there are some bits in the book that aren't in the TV series, and it is worth reading for those because chef's kiss. Very good. You were tempted to spend a similar amount of money on an antique wooden chest. Ooh, but good sense prevailed. Yeah, fair enough. Series 2 comes out in 18 days. We need to get through the first series.
I mean, I've also been very tempted to start picking up the Expanse series of books as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them, and yeah, again, that's one I'm curious to see, like how the TV adaptation varies and differs from the books.
From the books.
But also, it's a lot of books. I don't really have a lot of books to read, so yeah.
You do have a lot of books to read. Yeah. Game of Thrones couldn't get into. I don't like the Game of Thrones books. I fell off them very quickly. They're just dry, and everybody's just not nice.
Yeah.
Like there's writing human characters, which I get, and obviously everybody isn't perfect and has their flaws and everything. But then there's writing characters that you just genuinely don't like, and most of them you don't like. It's like, okay, they have all the flaws though. They're just bad. They don't really have that many redeeming qualities.
What are you, a skyscraper? You've got so many flaws.
Ayo. Very good.
Thanks.
It's like, yeah, I don't know, it just felt very much like they were serving the plot. And I guess maybe on popular opinion, but yeah, I don't particularly like George R.R. Martin's writing.
Fair. I've not tried reading his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. You ended up liking the books a lot and way more than the show. Fair enough. Yeah, we should probably take a break, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should throw to a break and then come back and do a bit of Scarlet Hollow, where
we'll
be starting episode 4. I don't know how far we're going to get into it, because I think both Lucy and I were a little bit drained.
Yes.
But
I drove for 7 hours on Friday.
Yay! I was ill yesterday. Yay!
Hey, we're all good.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna disappear for like 5 minutes or so. But that's cool. You've all got object permanence. You know we'll be back. So we'll see you in like 5 minutes or so for some Scarlet Hollow while I change over the stream information and do those bits and pieces. See you.
Go join the Discord.
Go join the Discord. The link's at the top. It's up.
Although you probably already have.
There we go. That way. See you in a bit.
Yeah. Bye.